Mercy, not her real name, fled from her home in Garu in the Upper East region to Pampaso in Kumasi. Her educational needs were shattered because of her detached parents' inability to afford her education, influencing her decision to flee home. Mercy spent most part of her day working at an eatery. She lives on 12 cedis a day to fend for herself, whilst spending her night in front of a kiosk.
So when I completed school, I didn't have any supporter to help me to continue my education. I decided to travel to Kumasi here so that I can join my friends on the street to do business to earn a living. I didn't have any place to sleep, so I decided to look for one-man shop so that I can sleep on the veranda.
Moving through Kumasi, it is impossible not to notice the growing number of young people roaming the streets. The life of homelessness and unmonitored children on the street is termed streetism. Like in the case of Mercy, many children aged below 18 years are compelled to be on the streets due to difficult social-economic circumstances some families are experiencing. The situation is fueled by migration to seek greener pastures in the cities, peer influences, and attempts to flee unjust social practices. Most street children, whether in the cold night or under the scorching sun during the day, engage in menial income generation ventures to survive. Some of them end up as head porters, often referred to as kayaye, and others as dishwashers, street hawkers, while some engage in petty thievery. To survive on the street, they are exposed to the risk of assault and other life dangers. Mercy tells Love News she lived in fear of being assaulted sleeping in open spaces on the streets of Pampaso at night.
There are some boys who always roam around. So the dangers of being on the street is that I was afraid maybe one day I'll be raped by those boys who will be roaming around the place.
In commemoration of International Day for Street Children, Save Child Advocacy held a public campaign in Kumasi to create awareness and attention to the menace. Human Resource Officer Akwesi Prempe said collective interventions are critical to the fight against the menace.
NGOs working with children in street situation within Kumasi, that is Save Child Advocacy, Muslim Family Counseling Services, and Chance for Children, came together and then we did a research. And we counted 7,000 children in street situation. Unless we all come together and join our efforts together to help, if not to eradicate, maybe mitigate the rate at which child streetism is getting out of hands or increasing.
Kumasi Metro Director for Social Welfare and Community Development, Esther Aprekunyako, cautioned individuals and institutions against parading children on the streets to beg for alms and engage in commercial activities.
They have potentials and they have talents. Children will be our future leaders. And so, to the general public, those who really use children as hawkers, the agents who brings children for begging so that they will enrich themselves out of that, to desist from that act. Because if you are caught by the law, you'll be found culpable.
The day was observed on the theme, Safety for Street Children, highlighting the lives of children on the streets as valuable. Save Child Advocacy is an initiative of the Catholic Archdiocese of Kumasi to address the problems of young vulnerable children who are displaced and homeless in Kumasi City. Reporting for Joy News, Clinton Yeboah.